Well, hi guys, and welcome to another episode of On the Bank Angling. For this video, you join us carp fishing at Stafford Moor Lodge Lake in Devon, probably one of our favourite venues for carp. We're here for a 3-day session. Myself, Dad and Kev, and we're really hoping to get stuck into the fish, so tune in and find out how we got on. So you're actually joining us here on the second day of our session. We didn't get much chance to get filming in on the first night, but we did catch plenty of fish. Turning up about 7, I cast the rigs out and got bites pretty quickly, around 10 o'clock. Managed to catch 4 fish, some lovely double figure carp and a cracking 23 pounder. A great start to what would hopefully be a great few days on the bank. With Kev turning up at lunchtime on the second day, would the hectic sport continue? That was the question.
The Gaylord's in to what looks like a carp and not a skimmer brain like I just had.
Right guys, so this is the first in daylight hours for me. I had 4 last night and lost 2, and then this one's come off the island in front of me in the same sort of spot. But it's been a bit slower today. This one's 19 pound, hopefully the first of many. I'll get him back because he's getting...
Nice one, Chris.
Awesome. You haven't gone deeper, have you? And here's the rig I was using. As you can see, a simple snowman setup, short length of coated braid with a lot of it stripped back, length of tubing, and an inline lead. This was all going inside a solid bag with micro pellets in it. Helps you keep the bag real tight. I was baiting the swim, known as beaches, with a large amount of pellets, as you can see all different sizes in there to keep the fish grubbing around. On top of these I was putting a lot of boilies. These are actually a mixture of sticky krill and sticky bloodworm boilies which I've been soaking in the matching bait soaks.
Not even tried.
Wasn't the best of takes, was it?
It's about 8
Not
pound.
tiny.
It's about £10 actually.
No, not tiny, you just want a very good take. And it's fought a bit.
I just never thought.
He's off the mark.
It was a carp bream. A cream.
Lovely. We're live.
Well, there you go, guys. Finally off the mark on the old Stafford social here with Chris and Steve. Solid bag, krill wafter, size 6 wide Apex hook. And finally this little tiny little, well it's not tiny, but little mirror of around £10. Took a liking to it.
He's going to flip.
Yeah, he's going to flip. Nah, he's alright. I'm going to call him Black Spot. He's definitely one of my target fish because he's got a big black spot the other side. Yeah, going to get a photo and take him back, put him back.
Well done, Kev.
Thank you.
There we go then, guys. So we're coming up to the first 24 hours now, and this is my 6th? I think it's my 6th fish. They've all been lovely fish. This one's 16 pounds, so they've all been double figures, which is really nice. and yeah, good sport, so hopefully it picks up as it gets dark like it did last night. So get this one back, get some rigs out. Oh, something going on with my rods now. Right. Well, it was time to settle in for the second night, and with only 2 fish through the daytime for myself, I was hoping that it would kick off like the night before. That's certainly what happened, because as soon as it got dark, I landed another 20-pounder, followed by consistent bites, probably every hour or so. It was absolutely hectic sport through the night. I think I had maybe 6 fish. It was absolutely crazy fishing, brilliant stuff. Kev also got on the action, catching this 17-pounder. And I managed another fish over the 20-pound mark, which was absolutely brilliant. This sort of carried on till about 4 o'clock in the morning, and then, as soon as it got light, Dad's rod rattled off. Appeared to be a good fish from early on in the fight, proper giving him some stick, and he was trying to make sure it didn't wipe out our lines, but he kept tussling with it, and it turned out to be something very, very special. Well, Dad, explain what's happened this morning and what you've got down there.
Well, after a day and a half of sitting here with nothing happening, and Chris absolutely bagging up, there's no indications really at all, and then the right hand rod is just rattled off with this one,
Which is a
goes-
beast.
which goes £27. So
Awesome. Cracker. Gotta try and pick it up now though, good luck.
The roundest 27-pounder.
There it is then. Happy with that one, Dad?
yeah, well happy with that one.
What a beast of a fish. The biggest one on the trip. Awesome. And in the daytime as well. I've only been able to show you fish at night so far, but awesome. Well done. Dad's putting back his chunk. Oh, you look at that across the bag.
Angry, innit?
Look at that across the bag. Jesus. What a beast.
Sweet.
Way, you're piss wet through now though.
Yeah, well,
Awesome.
Go.
Well then guys, what an epic start to the second day? Third day actually I think, but yeah, 25 something, the scales were a bit misted up. It's definitely over 25 pound. What a cracking fish as well. Lovely scaly looking thing, absolutely chuffed. So it looks like it's Friday, isn't it? And Dad said it's Big Fish Friday, so we had 2 20s this morning.
225 pluses.
Right, awesome.
Can you send some of them over the other side of the lake for me, please? Nicely done, Christopher.
Well, after that successful start to the morning, it was clear that our baiting strategy was working. And part of the reason for that is making sure you're always clipped up to the same spot. So as you can see, Dad here is wrapping up, making sure he's casting to the same area in the swim where he's depositing a lot of bait. Right then folks, just a little morning update. Dad's obviously, as you've seen, got off the mark this morning. Lovely 27 pounder, biggest one we've had so far. Kev's had a couple of fish. I'm having absolute session of a lifetime. I'm on 14 at the moment, and yeah, catching them all from a couple of areas. Where's the tree? That tree there, Had 4 or 5 off that, just fishing out here sort of area, walking onto the spit and just baiting up. And then the end of the island and this sort of channel here is where I'm getting the main bulk of fish. Loads and loads of bait gone in. I reckon we've probably put in about 10 kilo of pellet and 3 kilos of boilies so far, so there's a lot of bait out there. Dad's also had a couple of bream down here, and his carp was in the middle of the island there, so he's sort of spread baited some boilies there. He's put some spom out here, and he's put a little bit of bait down here as well. So yeah, we're hoping for a lot more action today, sort of final day, and yeah, see if we can catch. Dad's just getting his rods sorted out, putting back leads on. We're having to use back leads. This is a double swim, but there's still a lot of lines when you think about it. We've got 6 rods, so I've got one going that way, one going that way, one going that way. So you do find if you don't use back leads that you pick the others up, because these fish fight like crazy. So there you go, Dad's back leads going on. He's going to get his other rods sorted, and we'll catch up with you in a bit. Right then guys, so here's the pellet mix that I'm using in my solid PVA bags, which is what I've got on all my rods. Little tiny micro pellets, just helps them sit in the bag a bit better. Got quite a big hook bait on actually, probably bigger than what people would normally use in a solid bag, but we're spread baiting with some boilies as well. But we just find the pellet draws the fish in a bit better, so but they've been picking that up, fished over the top of this mix, so yeah, that's what's been working really, really well. Right, here you go guys, this is something a little bit different I'm doing with my solid bags, is that I'm making a hole, filling them with goo. Got several different types of goo, and yeah, it just means you get a nice bit of attraction, a bit more attraction around your bag. There you go, nice compact, get it cast out. Right then guys, here at On The Bank Angling we like to give you proper exclusive content. So I'm going to give you a one-time only look inside Kev's bivy. So here we go. This is it, this is the thing of legend, literally the thing of legend. He's known to have the cleanest bivy in the land, is Kev. There's the man himself.
What's your issue, man?
Let's have a look around here. So
It's not that untidy,
got
is
like,
it? Let's be honest.
a hat and some sort of thing there, rubbish there, some,
Mate, you're blocking
some
the door
questionable
when
baby wipes on the floor.
I'm gonna have to
Go
run
back.
out
Oh, look,
for the...
there's some more rubbish and crap back there. That's fairly organised. Oh, we got a random bag right next to the door. When
I've
he
just
wants
been
to
to the
get
tackle
out.
shop, you chip.
The
They're
rich
cooking.
monkey.
They are
thing
cooking these pot
there.
noodles. They're in the process of being
Kettle.
cooked. In fact, this one is cooked now.
Good to see you're maintaining a nutritional diet whilst on the bank.
You're a fine one to talk. You haven't eaten in 3 days.
Yeah. Trying to lose weight, aren't I? I'm on the no eating diet. Lovely. Nice one. Cool.
Lovely jubbly.
And that's it, folks. That's Kev's bivy. The grand tour is over. Here we go, folks. Dad's into hopefully his second fish. It's been a very slow day. We found that. It's been the days have been slow. The nights have been absolutely hectic. Well, for me anyway. Kev had a fish in the night last night as well. Said he's got fish showing over his spots. Dad's latched into this one, which would be his second of today. So it looks like fish are getting on his bait, which is awesome. Let's see if he can get it in. Fight these fish give, it's crazy. Dad's got to try and avoid it wiping out my rods. It's already wiped out some of his. Crazy battles. Lovely. I'm a chunky sort of mid-double, might even be slightly bigger. In the net, cracker. Well done. And another carp in the net. There we go. Second fish, Dad?
Yeah. It's taken a while, and it's only half the size of the one this morning, but still, it's all welcome.
Nice fish. How big is it?
This is a couple of ounces over 14 pound.
Lovely. They've all been sort of double figures, everything we've caught, so nice average size. There we go. Happy?
Happy days.
What is he doing? It's like, where am I? Where am I? Right then, guys, so just a little update from me. It's the final night. Sorry we haven't been able to get much of the fight or anything for you, but all my bites have been coming at night. Kev's came at night. We got a little bit of the stuff from this morning, the action that went on there, and I'm expecting tonight to be very much the same sort of thing. Well, I'm hopeful that it will be. The wind's slightly changed. Conditions are going to be absolutely mental tonight, so I don't normally wear, well, I normally just fish under a brolly, but I've borrowed Kev's wrap on it because it is supposed to be absolutely mental tonight. Storm Hannah's supposed to come in 50-mile-an-hour winds, so I don't know if we'll get much video for you tonight either, but we'll hopefully get some photos of the fish that we catch. Dad's just had that one, which is a good start to the evening. He's just recasting his rods now, and yeah, my rods are all out ready, baited up over the top of them. I've been usually getting the last 2 nights, been getting sort of one fish. Oh, I'm in now actually, or something's going on. Yeah. Okay, I better go see what that is. Right then, sorry about that. That was actually a bream. We have had, Dad's had 2 and I've had 2 now as well. You get these little funny little beep, 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 and that's about it. So I had to wind that one in, get it unhooked, not very big. There's still a few of them sort of left in here. So that rod's got to get redone, get it all wrapped up. That's the one that's fishing 12 wraps to the end of the island. So I'll whack that one back out there and see what we can get in the evening, and we will try and keep you updated as much as we can. We've been a bit lazy with it so far because the weather hasn't been great, but yeah, see if we can get some nice fish for the final night. Well guys, just as we were eating our takeaway and getting the rod set for the final night, one of them rattled off with a cracking 25 pounder, my second 25 plus of the trip. Right then guys, just a little update. So it's the final night, and sat in, well, under the brolly with the wrap on, and we're braving Storm Hannah. It's starting to pick up now, it's getting really windy. Had a nice fish, as you would have seen, just before it got dark, well, just after dark, just as we were getting food actually, ripped off. Very sort of slow, ponderous fight, and another absolutely cracking fish. So I'm having an absolutely blinding session. That's 5 20-pounders now, 2 of which have been 25 plus, so absolute blinding session. Right, I'm going to try and get some sleep. Have heard a fish roll out there. It'd be interesting to see what goes on. I don't think I've had a bit of an issue with one of my head torches, so the left hand rod, which is fishing tight to the island, have it wrapped up, but I don't really have a skyline marker, because it's off the end of the island, there's not really anything to aim at. It's quite difficult to see from this swim in the dark, so I don't think that one's fishing amazingly well in terms, I think it's just off the bait. The other two should be bang on, so we'll see. Let's see what happens. It's going to be a crazy night. Well, it certainly was a crazy night, and I managed another 4 bites in absolutely mental conditions, so a couple I didn't even take a photo of. It was sort of the calm after the storm in the morning as the weather sort of dropped off, but then picked up again. Kev was on the move to try and get one last chance as we packed up. Here we are then, guys, final morning. I'm just about to pack up actually. Absolutely mental night last night in terms of weather. Really strong winds, 50-mile-an-hour winds, rain, it was all going on. My swim kicked off the same as it did every other night, at around 11 o'clock, started getting runs. Had to go out in the rain, land the fish. Obviously nice to catch them, but got absolutely soaked. Casting out solid bags in that was very, very difficult, so when it got too heavy I had to just wang them out on singles. Clipped up to the spots, and I didn't get another bite after that. So yeah, and the swim, if it fishes like it has been doing the last few days, that'll be it now, because we haven't been getting many bites in here in the daytime, especially not after this sort of time. So yeah, that's it. We'll be packing up soon. Kev's going down more quickly for a last chance bite. He's got about an hour down there to try and catch a fish, and then we sort of slowly pack up the gear. So with me and Dad starting to slowly pack away the gear, it was up to Kev to see if we could get another fish on the bank. Could he do it? You bet he could.
You're going to have to speak pretty loud, Kev. But
hello guys!
What's happened here?
Well, that fish that I had off the margin, it was £25.
Bloody hell. Another big 20, that's incredible. Well done, mate. Absolute unit.
Oh. Right, yeah, so as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, £25 mirror carp. Taken on a sherbet good sticky signature pop-up in the margin, so that's lovely. But this one's not really playing ball for being held at the moment. We're gonna.
Just to give you a bit of a battle, doesn't he?
Look
at that.
What a unit! Lovely job. So between us, that's 4 fish over £25, Chris.
No,
5.
I've had 6.
No, 5 fish over 25, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
4 or 5?
4 over 25.
4
yeah.
over 25. What a session, eh?
Incredible.
Lovely fish. Let's get some photos, get it back, and then I could go home, go see my daughter.
Awesome, mate. have
Cheers,
a close
Christopher.
look at that one. What a fish.
Oh, yeah.
What a blinded session, like Kev said. Well done, Kev.
Hard work, but it came in the end. Yeah. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode where Chris absolutely slayed it. I absolutely struggled, but at the end it was all worth it. And Steve nearly had a PB. So, mental session, Stafford Moor. Get on. Ideal. Ah.